There's a type of shot I've been wanting to do forever, but it requires a late night, a puffy jacket, and a trip to the end of the subway line. It's a long ride, but is it worth it? This is Yantian, a place at the edge of town that is known for two things: fish and ships. That's right, ships. Container ships. It's one of the largest ports in the region, and I want to capture it so bad that I've filled my backpack with, well, how about I just show you? Got some black crab, my mounting kit. This clamp works great, strapped ball head. The goal here is to get one of those badass time lapses of a container ship being unloaded. That's the shot I've been jazzed about. Also, I'm bringing my video camera just to capture some shots while my still camera clicks away on its time lapse. Looking at the map, I found what I think is a sweet spot. It's a half hour away from the subway stop and has a view of the container terminal. Massive backpack. It must weigh like 35 pounds. Or more. It's very heavy. Yantian, we made it. Starting to see some more trucks with containers. Looks like we might have the perfect spot right here, with a chair and everything. This is a special kind of moment because what we have right now is I can see there's a ship in the distance. You can see it right there. It's coming in. Finally got the shot set up. But we definitely don't want to miss the moment. And I'm going to take my variable ND and go right before it starts getting nasty. Let's do a frame every 5 seconds. I'm going to zoom in on this sucker and just make sure we're tack sharp on focus. Let's make this happen. Of course, once I got everything set up, I had a continual stream of company. So the time has come for a very delicate matter. We need to change from the daytime exposure to the nighttime exposure. You can see it's dusk right now, and if you look at my frames, they're completely black. That means it's time to change. While removing my neutral density and opening the aperture, being very careful not to bump the camera and ruin the shot, there was one more visitor I didn't know about until I edited this footage. A little creepy. Then, while packing up, I had another surprise. Here's the spot I was at. If you look carefully, show it here, yeah. Do you see what's hiding? Okay, here's the deal. This guy has a magnet on it. Okay, got it. Stupid thing. There it is. But now it's time to clean up and then head home. After hours of shooting, here's the result. After processing, I just wasn't happy with the time-lapse. It needed more activity. Ships, containers, people, all moving around. Part of it was the ship schedule, something I just can't control, but I realized it was also about the angle. I needed to get higher to look down into the ships and see what was going on. So I came back another day, brought my wife along, and decided to go to a tower in a park close to where I was before. If it looks familiar, it happens to be a replica of the Tower of Hercules in Spain, but this one has something missing.
But you can't get to the top, there's no stairs.
There's no stairs? It turns out the only way up is this little ladder. At lunch, I was excited about the new angle, but I had a hunch the time-lapse wasn't going to turn out any better than before. And I was right. The reason? There just weren't many ships. Plus, the overcast day made it all seem dull. I did like this little moment, though. After lunch, I felt bummed, so we walked through the neighborhood, and I started to get excited again. This was the first time in a year I had been able to do this. Before, COVID restrictions really limited where you could go. Much of this area would have been gated off. But now, exploring was finally possible, and I could film and interact with people. And I think that feeling started to come through in the footage I took that day. I'll be back to retake my time-lapse, but now that I can get around easily and see interesting places like Yantian, I'm looking forward to it.